Manx Radio's Countryside is brought to you by NFU Mutual.
Hello and welcome to Countryside here on Manx Radio. I'm Simon Clark.
And I'm Kirree Kermode. At the weekend, we went along to the Villa Marina to a very busy food and drink festival.
We caught up with Rob Hunter, the chef at the Isle of Man College. We talked seafood, chillis as well, and I spoke to Claire Barber, the DEFA Minister. Well, Kirree, plenty to get through on this week's programme, and it was great to see, despite the weather, the amount of people that turned up at the Villa Marina Gardens for the Isle of Man Food and Drink Festival.
It's a great part of island life, the food and drink scene here. And packed to the gunnels it was, despite all of that rain, wasn't it?
Yes, I haven't got much on the drink side of it, you'll be glad to know, because it was early in the day and I didn't want to be caught up in it, shall we say. So apologies to that, but it was great to see the vintners there and the brewery. And
bit of Fenoddery, yeah.
They were all there. So even though we didn't get a chance to go around and speak to you, it was great to see you there on the day. But firstly, I caught up with one of the people who demonstrates the Isle of Man produce cooking at the Isle of Man College, and that's the chef there, Rob Hunter.
Yeah, so I teach level 1, 2s and 3s MVQ. Level 1 is just a starting course, so if you've never picked up a knife before, you can come in at level 1. You show how to do the different cuts, we show you around the kitchen. We also run a restaurant there as well, which we just rebranded. It's going to be called Oaston, which means restaurant in Manx. And we've got plenty of dates in the diary where you can come up to the college. You'll be getting served by the students, and the students will be in the kitchen cooking your food too, and at a really good price.
Now, you say that there's 3 different levels, and the level 1, I suppose it's aimed at the younger ones who may want to go into it.
Yep.
I mean, you see good chefs with knives cutting onions and vegetables, and you go, wow, wish I could do it like that. That's part of the training, obviously.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. I mean, the first week they're in college, they'll be doing knife skills, learning how to sharpen a knife first of all, learning how to cut an onion. That's where we start. Different cuts, different cuts like julienne, brunoise,
the
mirepoix, stuff like that.
What about the start off then? I suppose a lot of basis of cooking is stocks and things like that. Is that something you get them to do early on as well?
It is. At level 2 they'll start going on to stocks and sauces, but level 1 is more just how to handle vegetables and fruit and basic cooking, basic bread doughs and stuff like that. And then they go on to level 2, and that's when you start to see the stocks and the sauces and the fish prep and the meat prep and or poultry prep, things like that. But level 1 is just getting that foundation, the springboard, to have the basic skills, and that will follow on to level 2 and then hopefully into level 3.
Level 3?
Yeah, level 3, that's not all the chefs do level 3 because it is quite an intense course, but we do get chefs who do stay on to do level 3. So that's more, I would say, more complex cooking, finish off dishes, and it's also how to run a kitchen as a sous chef, sort of junior sous chef / head chef, how to do the orderings, the fridge temperatures, and that side of cooking as well, which is really important.
The hospitality trade, I suppose, over the last 20 or 30 years has maybe slumped a little bit with tourism, but is there still plenty of interest?
I think it's building again. I think after COVID we took a big hit, not just here on the Isle of Man, all over the world. So we see our numbers at the college this year have grown from last year already. We hope, they grow and grow, and restaurants in the islands will be getting better. We have got some wonderful restaurants on this island too. And we've got a broad range of restaurants as well, with different cuisines as well. So I think we're very lucky in the Isle of Man that we do have that. So, my job is to get these chefs trained up and ready for the industry, so when they do go out there, they can go straight into the kitchen and just get on with what they have to do.
Well, Alan Kermode from Cushland Seafoods, good to see you at the Food and Drink Festival. How's the requirement and needs for seafood in this day and age?
It's very good, very, very good indeed. There's a lot of younger people seem to like the seafood more so than usual, really. Maybe it's just good products from the Isle of Man. Maybe that's what it is.
And I suppose it's something that's been promoted quite well, I suppose, around the waters. The local produce, use the local food and local fishermen, and it's keeping everything local, really.
Everything local, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see more younger men coming into the job, if they can. It's expensive to do it, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, it's not the easiest life in the world, is it? But,
No.
But it's a skill to it.
Oh, there's a skill to it, but what else is easy in life? Nothing easy in life. You got to get on with it.
What's most popular things at the moment?
I would say crab is very popular, very popular. Lobsters is, but crab seems to be the one that's more people go for. It's a little bit cheaper, and they seem to go for more for that.
And it's great that you mentioned the younger people. It's great to see them around at the festival here, trying these different foods, not just having a burger or chips, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I would offer them more proper food and go and eat these burgers and stuff. I know it helps the local farmers and stuff if they're eating local meat, but it's good. It's good to see them. Really, it's good to see the young people. I look around here now, and the majority of them is all young people.
Well, Ruth Mead, Fire Island, it's the right name for what you're selling here.
It is. Good afternoon. So we've got a range of our fresh chilies, all grown in Blaff on Sunny West. All picked off the plant yesterday or this morning, and then we've got a range of our hot sauces, hot honey, pickles, all using our own chilies. So
When you look around in the marketing side and supermarkets and things, and you look at all the different sauces, and you think to yourself, oh, surely people can't they have one or the other? But you've got how many different varieties here?
we've got 7 varieties of hot sauce. We've got 4 other chili-related products. We've got the honey, we've got chili and cranberry and burnt orange, and then we've got some chili pickles of different styles of chilies. All the chilies have got different flavour and behave a little bit differently. So it's unlimited, really, what you can do with chilies.
And the marvellous thing about it is when you look at some of the Asian cooking, the Thai and stuff like that, they won't use just one type of chili, will they?
No, I mean, we've got a chili for every occasion. There's different areas of the world, there's different styles of chilies. So you get some where the heat's all up front, others where you get no heat at all for a few seconds, and then the heat just hits you. So our scorpion sauce is quite fun like that. A lot of people look at you and go, that's not hot, and then 5 seconds later they're regretting the bravado.
And the younger generation aren't scared to try these, are they?
No, there's a lot of interest. I wasn't sure when we started this how much demand there'd be in the Isle of Man, being a small island, but you know, we've got so much interest. Everybody's like really, really excited.
Yeah, and the look of them on display, the different colours of the chilies, it's great. And difficult to keep an eye on, are they? You've got to be watching them.
It's constant work. Yeah. So we start prepping for our season in January. The chilies are all planted in January. They require very specific environments. So Stuart manages that side of things. He's pedantic, and it shows because we've got chili plants that now they're the happiest plants I've ever seen. We've got a polytunnel with about 500 plants, 45 varieties. So, and every other week we are at Douglas Food Market, and when we're not there, we're open for pick your own up in Blaff.
Well, great to see the DEFRA Minister, Claire Barber, here today. Had a good look around. Great display of local produce.
Absolutely, I think it just shows the diversity in our local produce. There really is something for everyone, and the passion that people put into both their business but also just into the Isle of Man and the products that we have, and the time and care they've taken to develop new ideas, new concepts, and then pitch them both to people here, but also a lot of these people are finding huge markets and interest in our products and our island elsewhere.
Yeah, and the great thing is you come here year after year and you think, you're sort of used to the old Manx way of seeing the same old faces. But every time you come here, there's 7 or 8 new different ventures, isn't there?
Absolutely, new ventures and new products from existing people as well. You know, I think there's no one who's just resting on their laurels. Everyone's coming up with new ideas, new concepts, you know, seeing what the public like, and taking feedback from the festival and the shows as well, and really then taking that away and building new concepts, and then, you know, ultimately we all the more lucky for the work that they're putting in.
Yeah, and as the Minister, of course, coming here an important part of your role, do you think?
I think so. I think it's really important to be down here to talk to people, get to meet some of the new faces. Sometimes I see different things for grants or a bit of information about new companies coming through, and it's really nice then to be able to put faces to names and see what they're actually producing. And as I say, I'm always just absolutely overwhelmed, I suppose is the word, with just how fortunate we are. And it's not by luck, it's absolutely by hard work from our farmers, our fishermen, our producers who come in, they take the benefits of the land and the location we have, and they turn it into something really special through a huge amount of hard work, and I'm absolutely indebted to them for that work.
Yeah. Well, your role now, quite a bit into it now. I mean, has it got easier? Have you found out more of the problems that people are facing?
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of an awareness of where the challenges are, there is significant challenges across a number of sectors at the minute, and I think that's true across government. If you look at the increasing input costs, that's a pretty common conversation, I think, across all industry, but it's particularly marked, I would say, in agriculture and food. Saying that, as much as I'm very much aware of those challenges, I'm also aware that there's a finite pot that we're working with in government, and it's really important that we recognise just what role is played by agriculture, and that it isn't just providing food. There's so much else that goes into that work in terms of land management, flood risk management, climate change mitigation, carbon sequestration. Actually, the people who are out producing our food are also benefiting us in so many other ways, and I think we mustn't forget that.
Well, we just witnessed a wonderful demonstration in the cookery section here at the Food Festival. Clive Moyo from the La Villa Parilla here, and went down well, your demonstration?
Oh yeah, it went down pretty well.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting so much of a crowd, but I'm happy people turned up. It was a lovely day, lovely atmosphere. I wouldn't have asked for better, but I'm happy with the demo to showcase what we do here at the La Villa Parilla. The food is lovely. We would love people to come and enjoy our sushi Sundays. And hopefully in the future we'll have master classes where people do their own sushi and have to enjoy it themselves.
And that was so different about the demonstration you did today. That seemed to be your speciality, the sushi side of things?
Oh yes, I've been doing sushi for the past 13 years. So for me it's like literally waking up and walking.
So originally from Zimbabwe, how did you get over here to the Isle of Man, Clive?
Well, I was working in Dubai when I saw this post about the safest place to raise a family, the Isle of Man, and I started looking for a job there. And 3 weeks after, I got a call from Sam and Adrian telling me about this wonderful project that they have got lined up. This La Villa Parilla, a barbecue place with South American influenced. They asked me, would you like to be part of this project? I was like, yeah, I would love to be. Because it's a new challenge for me, coming from a Japanese background to a barbecue place. For me, it was the best challenge I could have ever asked. And to come here on the Isle of Man, the safest place, compared to us in Africa, this is the safest place I've been so far. It's lovely.
Yeah. The sushi side thing, how popular are you finding it? Obviously, you were working at a pretty high standard in Dubai, by the sound of it.
Oh yeah, it was a Michelin star. It was a high standard, Porsche. But it is lovely. Hopefully we'll turn it to the high standards as well and keep them up there. Because people, they love the food here. So we have to teach them a lot of varieties of food, like fusion sushi, like the one that I just demonstrated. A lot of people are only used to sushi having fish only. No fruits, no cheese, no other types of meat.
From the Villa Pirria, Clive Moyo telling us about the demonstration there that he did in front of everyone, that wonderful sushi he was preparing with his Michelin chef background there in Dubai. Also Claire Barber, the DEFRA Minister, delighted with what she's seen on the day. Ruth Mead from Fire Island. Also Alan Kermode from Cushland Seafoods. And firstly I spoke to the chef and lecturer at the Isle of Man College, Rob Hunter.
I think it's unbelievable the passion we have here on this island for such a small place. Food, drink, whatever it is, they're so passionate about its locality, how they can bring it to the Manx people at a value for money price as well. You know, community is all about it. You know, the foodie market on South Quay now, these food and drink festivals, everybody wants to be a part of it.
You're listening to Countryside here on Manx Radio with Kirree Kermode and myself, Simon Clark. Well, we continued our walk around the Villa Marina Gardens, Kirree, and you caught up with some more people.
I did indeed. It's always nice catching up with the stallholders when they're flat out busy and you get a real feel for how the afternoon is going. And that said, I caught up with Andreas Meats, Norman Murray's grandson there, Phil Bakuris, to see how they're getting on since they've been missing from the Food and Drink Festival for a couple of years.
So we've brought a slight different range this year. We've got some of our newer products. We decided to go down the route of cooking a lot more. So we have our own chopped pork. We produce that literally from scratch right the way through to the customer seeing it in the package. We're doing a corned beef now, so it'll be the first ever Manx corned beef. We also brought our meatballs here this year. We've also got a brand new chicken piri sausage, which is selling really well. And I've also brought back one of my granddad's old recipes, which is his pork and black pudding sausage.
Oh, wow.
And we actually managed to sell out on the first day.
Oh,
so we were late last night making some more, so yeah.
But doesn't that just say Grandad was always right?
Oh, I never said he wasn't. I mean, that's why first job we did was go through everything, make sure everything was back to the old recipes, everything was made how it should be made, make sure everything's correct. And that has showed in the sales and in the business, and it's booming. It's brilliant.
And now that said, obviously Grandad was involved for years. Norman Murray was the mainstay of Andreas Meats. And now you're his grandson. You've not maybe been involved with this side of the business for a number of years, but you've taken the helm now and you're going to run with it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been involved with the business probably since I was 8 years old. You know, every Christmas holiday, every school holiday, after school weekends, we always went and worked. You know, that's how we were brought up, and I've known the business from when it was a chicken farm or on a pork farm, right the way through to what it is today. And it was probably more of a natural progression than I really realised. But I've enjoyed the challenge, and I've enjoyed pushing the business forward and bringing new products to market and seeing customers today and yesterday really enjoying it, tasting it. Even we had a young lad about 4 or 5 years old yesterday, and I think he ate a whole packet of ox tongue on his own. So his mum came over and he said, "I'm awfully sorry." She said, "I think he's eaten a packet. Do you mind if I buy one off you?" So that's fine. But
well, isn't that great that you get an opportunity to taste before you buy? And
yeah,
some of the products are, you know, from yesteryear. Ox tongue, you know, it's an old recipe, it's an old dish. You don't normally see that often.
It's perfectly good for you. You know, all it is a tongue that's cured. There's nothing bad in it. You know, it's perfectly good for you. So there's no reason why people shouldn't have it today.
And some of your packaged meats, the cooked meats, they're always really handy. You know, through the summer months, I know where Sticklers on the farm, that we always have a salad, and it's always cold meats of some sorts. So packaging them up, and it looks really, really great here. I don't know, packaging is a bit of a taboo topic. You know, talk about recycling and all the rest of it. Are this area something you're going to go down and change as you go on, or?
Yeah, I mean, we've actually brought today our recyclable packaging. So if you look at our trays for our ham and for our sausages, it's actually those trays can be recycled into anything else. So the world's kind of going that way, and there's no reason why it shouldn't. We've been looking at it quite extensively, and there isn't actually an increase in cost. So if anything, we've managed to decrease the cost. So that's meant that we've been able to go recyclable plus keep the price the same for the customer.
Yeah,
you know,
really
and we
important.
haven't put the price up for the sake of it because we've gone to recyclable trays. If we don't need to, we won't.
No.
We would rather people enjoy our product because it's good quality, it's Manx, and it's local.
Well, I've caught up with a very busy person now, Michael Kegg, all the way from Port St Mary. Now, I have not seen you at the Food and Drink Festival before, Michael, but what a lovely stand, the Manx Lobster.
Yeah, it's fairly new. We've been in business 3 years, but it's our first year exhibiting here, so we've come for years and years and watched it, so now we're going to try and exhibit here and see how it goes.
So have you been a fisherman all your life?
No, believe it or not, I was a paint and decorator.
Never.
And then I went commercial fishing with a friend. I fell in love with the job. And then when I got the opportunity to buy, I thought, right, okay, it's my time, let's go. You know, you never know when the right time is, but we jumped in the deep end and went for it.
And this is it. But fishing out at the sea, you know, well, today alone, it's wild around the Isle of Man. It can be an easy job.
Yeah, I mean, you get your good days and your bad days. When you get the best weather, there's not a better job in the world, you know. Off you go, drop your ropes, there's nothing else you can do, you know, you just steam out to sea, dolphins, and then if your catch is good, great day.
Oh, well, I know. But you're only a small business, and I think that your partner Tracy was saying there before, you know, you want to do the fresh, you catch to order.
Yeah, basically what I'll do is I'll go out, see what's in the gear, we advertise it on our social media or on our website, we have a small shop, and once we run out, we run out. We don't freeze anything, it's all freshly cooked to order, and then customers prefer that.
And how do you find that? Is it easy to keep up with the demand?
It is and it isn't. Summer, yeah, no problem. Winter, they're screaming at me. Christmas orders is a nightmare with the gales and stuff, but we get there, yeah.
And how do you find it out at sea? It must be quite dangerous.
Yeah, it is. You've got to have your wits about yourself. You know, you try and make the job as safe as possible, but at the end of the day, you're messing with hundreds and hundreds of different ropes, lobster pots going over the back of the boat. You never know what's going to happen, but you're always trying to be safe as you can.
And you say you go out on your own. Is that something by choice? You know, do you like your own peace and quiet?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, there's nothing better. Maybe in the future I will have somebody helping me because we know hopefully we will buy a bigger boat and push it a bit harder. But yeah, at the minute I'll stick with what I do.
Well, here we are with Hound and Howl, and a big, big smile on your face, Richard. Huge congratulations. The best stand-in show.
Thank you very much. It's been an absolute honour to get that award. Really, really pleased. Yeah, all the staff put in a lot of hard work to get the show where it is, and we're really happy.
Well, that said, it is a little bit of a different stand to what we normally see. How did this idea come up, you know, creating dog food out of human-grade food?
Mainly because we've had our dogs nearly 7 years, and then it was very difficult to buy natural dog food, natural treats. Even some of the ones in the pet shops that say natural on them, they've actually got 5 or 6 ingredients in them, which is a bit of a con. So Sarah had an idea of, sure we can make our own. Then the more we looked into it, then we realised it's not quite as easy as what we thought. It's a complicated process. Then I approached a friend who worked at DEFA to ask some advice. And he said, you need a DEFA licence. I went, right, okay, let's do all those steps. That took about 6 months. And then we opened up 6 months later in South Key with our first little small unit, which at the time we thought, this is way too big, what are we going to do in? But literally 3 months later, we started looking for an even bigger unit.
Oh, wow.
And then a year later, we found next door but one. So we had 2 units on the go. That only lasted 1 more year, and that was too small.
Oh,
and then we had our name down for a bigger one. And then 2.5 years ago, we moved into our massive 4,000 square foot unit on South Quay. We got a big shop.
Well, that just shows the demand for healthy dog food.
Yeah, it's huge. So from where we started making small 15 and 20 kilo batches of food, every week now we make 1.2 tons of food.
My word, that's growing something.
Yeah, and we do anything from 6 to 8 tons in a month now.
You can see and hear you there with a big smile on your face, and a cheer went up. But the creation of the stand, it looks so well. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, so we tried to make everything look as natural as possible, which this also matches the look in our shop as well. We're a big believer we don't do anything plastic. We try and, everything we recycle or reuse or make ourselves. Everything from even like the design of our logos, our shop's done. We don't get into third-party people. We try and do everything hands on ourselves, start to finish. Yeah, absolutely everything. We've got a good team at the shop there now. The last 2 weeks especially, everyone's done 7 days. Everyone sacrificed days off. We've all done overtime to get us ready for this show, so we're really pleased.
There we go. That was the DEFA stand winner. Very, very proud there. Richard from Hound and Howl Dog Food Company. And before them, new couple and a new business to the Food and Drink Festival, the Manx Lobster from Michael and Tracy there in Port St Mary. And firstly, Phil Bacouris from Andreas Meats there in Andreas.
Just a couple of things to mention. Next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the 23rd and 24th, it's the Manannan Sheepdog Trials, held courtesy of the Crow family at Bishop's Court Farm. That's from 9:30 onwards. Also, next Saturday, it's the Andreas Produce Show, Saturday the 23rd. That's at the Andreas Parish Hall, as is the Ramsey and Onken Fur and Feather Show, but that isn't until Sunday the 8th of October at Andreas Parish Hall. And Saturday the 30th, finally, sees the return of the Kirree Fruit and Flower Show at Kirree Parish Hall. We'll be back next Tuesday with more. So until then, from me, Simon Clark.
And me, Kirree Gomez.
We'll see you next week. Ta-da.